And there we are. Hello, everybody. Thank you for clicking on special episode coverage of the test of the emergency alert system and the wireless alert system. So, basically, what is supposed to happen beginning in about 17 minutes from right now is that um, test national emergency alerts will begin to go out. They'll go out to supposedly all televisions, all radios, and all cell phones. Um, we are covering this, and we are also doing our own test, if you will. I've got one of my phones, the regular doofus number for those that do know it. Um, I've got it on. It's on, and all of the um, alerts are activated. I can receive all alerts. I've got the other phone, the one this is my camera phone for the channels. Um, I've got it, and it is off. It is turned off now. Um, we've got people watching that are going to be reporting in. Um, I've got somebody else that has their phone on, but has turned off all of their notifications, including Amber Alerts. So they've got everything turned off as far as government access to their phone. I've got CBS News on the laptop, and I've got my and we're out here in the great room, um, in at Mansion Doofus. This is the great room. It's the combination front room, family room, game room, TV room. It's just a massive space with a lot of different functions. We're out here, and the TV is off. Um, People have said the government can turn your TV on if it's off, and you're going to get these signals no matter what. Well, as far as the signals go, um, just so everybody does understand, we are ready for that as well. I've got my aluminum trifold hat, and Spike, who's here with us. Spike has his own little kind of looks like a World War I German helmet. But yes, we are just in case, just in case all of the people that have been saying all of the crap are right, and all of the rest of us are wrong. I do have my I do have my aluminum trifold. All right. With that being said, back to the serious business of we are going to have an emergency alert test. Um, what's that mean? In the past, I did the little PSA in the pre-roll, and when I was growing up, when I was a young kid, um, there were nuclear war was a major possibility, and there was civil defense systems. Um, there were fallout shelters. There were preparations for emergencies. Since the end of World War II, and we ended World War II with nuclear bombs. Since that time, the end of the Cold War and the collapse of the Soviet Union, we have abandoned, we being the United States, apologies to those watching internationally, we being the United States have abandoned all preparations for any kind of survival on a national scale. Um, Oakley, stop, please. I'm trying to do a live show here. Come on. Apologies for Doof Dog. So we're kind of on our own if something were to happen, with the exception of being alerted by the federal government. As far as what preparations, well, like I said, we're kind of on our own on that. Um, I want to begin here before we've still got 12 minutes until the test starts, and we'll look at the X Twitter scroll because we've got some bookmarks in regards to this. Now, we're going to have our own test coming up here in 12 minutes. Yesterday, Russia had a national nuclear alert drill. They're doing the same thing today. It's a two-part thing. Today, they are testing their communications as far as electronics, as far as radio broadcasts, television broadcasts, and there have been a lot of glitches in what is happening over there in Russia today. I expect some glitches in our tests too. It'll be interesting to find out who gets the test, who doesn't get the test. We've got different providers, different cell phone providers, different TV signal providers, including antenna and including my TV, which is shut off. We'll see how ours plays out. It's not working so well in Russia, but yesterday, um, Russia conducted its first nationwide nuclear drill alert involving everyone in the country. Nuclear sirens blared out across Russia yesterday. We don't have those anymore. We did. Children donned chemical masks as part of a terrifying drill for an incoming nuclear attack by NATO on Russia. Now, to me, the fact that it's framed this way, um, that Russia is preparing for an all-out nuclear attack from NATO, tells me that they are potentially planning something that will reserve an all-out nuclear attack from NATO. That's why all of this is so concerning. Everything we're talking about today is concerning. We got to make light of it because there's some just, ass hattery going on and some aluminum hattery going on. The horrific siren could be heard across the country. Chilling messages were broadcast live as Putin prepared his citizens to endure the first World War III drill in decades as NATO threatens Russia with war. I don't know if NATO's threatening Russia with war, with the exception of providing lots and lots of money and armaments to Ukraine. This is some of the footage. Kids getting their gas masks on. Moment Russian nuke siren sound and school kids wear gas masks. So while this is a lot of propaganda, nonetheless, it did happen all across Russia yesterday. And okay, here's the stuff that we are going to debunk stuff like this. Turn off your smartphones on October 4th. Emergency broadcast system is going to test the system using 5G radiation waves. Hold on a second. All right, here we go. I should have had this on from the start. Turn off your smartphones on October 4th. Emergency broadcast system is going to test the system using 5G radiation waves. This will activate the mRNA in people who have been vaccinated. All right. Lori and I have taken precautions about that. We're not going to discuss it publicly. Sadly, turned some of them into zombies. So some of us that have been vaccinated were supposed to be zombies here in 8 minutes. So enjoy the remaining 8 minutes. No tweets tomorrow. This person's going to call in sick and play Minecraft. I think is what they said they were going to do. Now, here's another warning for October 4th. Among this is that there are all kinds of stuff in this vaccine, including something called, I'm going to get it wrong, Marsburg, I think is what it's called, that is supposed to react or activate here in 8 minutes. We got to talk Trump here real fast. If I can get this pulled back up, we got to talk Trump here real fast, just because there's some stuff going on. John Kelly, his chief of staff, longest serving chief of staff, confirmed to reports as a firsthand witness that Trump said U.S. military members are suckers because there's nothing in it for them. American veterans who died in combat are losers. And wounded U.S. veterans shouldn't be invited to the White House because it doesn't look good for me. Um, so, those of you that continue to support the guy, the evidence is mounting as to why it might be wise to choose a different option. All right, we played this the other night. This is the end of our X scroll for today, and let's just listen. On a second, let's listen here just for a couple of seconds to this warning as to what could happen here in 6 minutes.
Hi everybody, we're Sunday the 24th of September, sorry. Just wanted to say that it's very important to take all your electronical things, anything that can have Bluetooth, smart TV, smartphone, anything that is smart, that can get a signal from the, that can get a signal from the 5G towers, which, by the way, should be put down everywhere, the 5G towers, because on the 4th of October, they're going to send a signal from there that can destroy everyone. So what you should do is take aluminum foil and wrap them up and put them in your vehicle 200 meters away from your home.
Okay, I don't have time to do that. I've got mine sitting right here next to me. So if I'm wrong on this call, we'll find out in 5 minutes. Okay, touching on just a couple other things before we get to the testing. Russia tests its own nationwide defense alert in preparation for nuclear war with the United States. I touched on this just a couple of minutes ago. Russia conducted its first nationwide civil defense exercise as Putin scares his people into thinking the West will start a nuclear war. What he's doing is, as I said, in my opinion, just analysis, he's positioning himself so that they're going to do something that could potentially warrant a massive counterattack. Or who knows, maybe NATO does just say, all right, enough of this crap. Let's just get rid of this guy. Keep in mind, he is going to China to visit with Z. I don't think anything happens until he makes that visit. I do believe there are significant plans for something major to be launched by Russia, and he's got to go to China to get that permission from China. So once he gets back from China, if everything's a go, it'll happen within 48 hours after he gets back into Russia from China. So watch that. Sirens and loudspeakers sounded in all regions across Russia's 11 time zones, and drills that spawned 2 days. Again, that included today. Now, some people in the United States are going to get the alerts. Some people aren't going to get the alerts. Some people have no idea the alerts are coming and could possibly war of the worlds kind of thing, that Martians are invading because there's a radio play going on. That's what happened a little bit in some parts of Russia. Some in the Tomak Oblast began to panic. Families and entire educational institutions were being evacuated. And I got 3 minutes to go, so I can get this final little thing in here. I mentioned the other night, actually it was last night, Kevin McCarthy, or the night before last, when they were talking about ousting Kevin McCarthy, and my concern was that it was a move to get Trump into a potential position of power without an election. Tuesday, McCarthy became the first House Speaker in American history to be ousted. 8 of McCarthy's GOP colleagues combined with House Democrats. Hold on, let's get down here into the important part. Number of prominent figures on the right suggest Donald Trump, former president, could be elected as the next speaker. No requirement that the speaker must be a House member. We've talked about all these things, and there it is at 2:18. 2:18 on on the phone. This is the test. This is a test of the National Wireless Emergency Alert System. The purpose is to maintain and improve alert and warning capabilities at the federal, state, local, tribal, and territorial levels, and to evaluate the nation's public alert and warning capabilities. No action is required by the public. All right, at 2:18, so 2 minutes before schedule. But nonetheless, we now know the tests are underway. Let me get over to CBS News. Nothing from them. All right. Anyway, let me wrap this up. No requirement. Speaking on his Fox show on Tuesday night, Sean Hannity suggested Trump could be brought in. Remember, the Speaker of the House is number 3. There's already a move to impeach Joe Biden. All right. Let's say that's successful. All they got to do is figure out some way, either legally, illegally, forcefully, get rid of Kamala Harris, and all of a sudden, you've got an unelected dictator in America. Just something to think about. Um, Sources telling me at this hour some House Republicans have been in contact and have started an effort to draft former president to be next speaker. I've been told that Trump might be open to helping the Republican Party, at least in the short term. You think? Um, Steve Bannon, Alex Jones, these are the people that are backing this. Again, this is, I've been talking about this for years. I seriously have. Those that watch the show know this. Anyway, we have had our alert. Now, I'm going to check in with, I'm going to check in here. Oh, what happened? I'm going to check in with the Pat McAfee show just to see if anybody there is talking about getting the alert. Okay. Wow, that emergency has ruined the flow of the show for me. So, okay. Evidently on ESPN, ESPN did play the alert during the Pat McAfee show, and it happened before we got over here. So, and I'm basing that on the chat. So, my TV did not come on. My TV did not come on, and my phone did activate. The phone that is off did not turn on. It did not power up. The government did not power it up. I don't feel any different having had the signal came through right here, right beside me. My phone did not blow up. It did not ignite. I did not have it wrapped in aluminum. I had my head partially wrapped there for comedic purposes, for those that don't realize. Okay. Nothing on the TV thus far. Thank you, Pink Flamingo. Nothing from Rose Wilkinson either. Evidently, Lori Arnold said something hilarious. I'm going to have to go up and see what that is. Pink Flamingo just now received the alert on cable. Okay. Scrolling just came across the TV from not going away. Georgia Cat raised one sleepy eyebrow as if to say, "You humans freak out about the stupidest stuff." I'm not going to argue that. Cunning stunt. Lori, okay. Got an alert on my phone. Lori Arnold got an alert on her phone. All right. Are you a zombie yet, Barry? No, I'm not a zombie. And I'm not going to say anything other than that. Online, anyway. All right. Lori Arnold. Obviously not. He has his aluminum foil hat on. I guess I probably should keep it on because the signals are still ongoing. But what's interesting is Lori turned off all of her alerts. She disabled all of her alerts, yet the national emergency alert overrode that. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Um, if it had been an actual emergency, it would be a good thing. As far as privacy goes and not wanting to get alerts, um, doesn't seem that we have a chance of that if she did it right. We always have to wait to make sure she actually did um, dismantle them. So um, again, McAfee's pretty much done. CBS News um, is talking about the mayor of New York going to um, south of the Mexican border to talk to Mexico about curbing illegal immigration. Um, you know, there are. I think there probably would be more than a few things that a consensus of Americans would get behind and agree on. Um, and yet, too often we are we are pitted against each other um, by divisive wedge politics, and decisions are made in the um, made as a declaration, and that all American people feel this way. That happens way too often. Maybe I am turning into a zombie, Lori. Um, it happens way too often that somebody just, especially political people, all Americans believe this, and when you're sitting there listening, going, "Well, I don't," um, but there are things that we should probably at least consider um, coalescing around and coming together on. And when you see the imagery of what's happening in the cities um, with illegal immigration, um, and you can look at it a number of ways. You can look at it as these illegal immigrants coming across are, um, they're in danger of being put in all these encampments in these cities, and too many people in the cities don't want them there, and they're in danger. It's not the land of opportunity that we present ourselves to be. You can you can frame it that, well, they made the choice to come over here, whatever condition they got, that's the condition until they are taken out of here. You've got those that say we need to welcome them and try to facilitate as much as possible that, being a human. And at some point, all of those have to kind of look at things realistically instead of idealistically and say, hey, we got a situation going on here um, that seems like it's out of control. For a long time, it was politicized, and it was just automatically assumed that this is, this is all BS. It's not. There's nothing going on. There are streams of people coming across various parts of our southern border. Whether whether you're a fire breathing liberal and say screw you, they're not. There are, and the sooner we all realize we got a problem, the sooner possibly we could talk about, what do we do to fix this? And I think the mayor of New York is taking a step by going across the border himself and saying, what we, how do we do? We got to stop this. We've got to slow this down, and then eventually we've got to stop it. And it's not out of. I'm not saying this out of greed. I'm not saying this out of anything other than just basic, in my opinion, common sense. Okay, and that's something that something that we don't see a lot of. I say as I tip my tinfoil trifoil hat. So, um, Q nuts, yes, butterflies. We are saluting the Q today. And for those that don't know, QAnon, since the inception, I believe in 2017, late 2016. Um, they have been obsessed about the national emergency alert. That was going to be the sign. That was going to be the sign that everything falls apart. Everything. It didn't happen last year when there was a test. A lot of people didn't even know there was a test last year because it wasn't very successful. It appears like, at least from my perspective, I didn't get a message last year. So I got a message this time. So that's, you know, take that for what it's worth. I'll tell you what I am going to do now. I'm going to turn my TV on and get rid of this. Oh, turn my TV on and we will. Okay. I don't want to do that. I want to go to the regular TV. It's pretty cool. I don't have cable. I've got just regular. I've got a digital antenna, and hold on here. I've got a digital antenna, and I get a whole bunch of channels with it, um, including I got a channel that's just Gordon Ramsay exclusive. It's either all right. We got a commercial on. So I thought they might be playing the alert on on a scroll across the screen here. Maybe they will after this commercial. Um, I thought alerts were a good thing. It's a lot of humans that turned off their devices. I turned my TV off just to test. I've got other people that have their TVs on and on different things. I'm going to power up this phone now and see if the alert comes through on here after the fact. Um, and why we got, hang on, get rid of Pat. Sorry about that, Pat. I wasn't trying to hijack your show or anything as if that really mattered. Um, Oakley, it's our neighbor. He's walking down. He's not coming into our yard. Please, come on, come on. So yes, thus far I am not a zombie. Um, the phones did not blow up. Um, hang on. The stock market did not crash. We have not switched over to a new monetary system. Several things that were supposed to happen once the alert went out have not happened. Emergency alerts are a good thing. I agree. I agree. Totally butterflies. If you've got, if you've done a little bit of preparation, just a little bit of mental preparation, some physical preparation, you're in decent enough shape that you can move if you have to. I mean, like walk or run. You're not just not going to be able to get 5 feet if something were to happen. If you if you got some supplies and um, if crap is getting ready to hit the fan in any way, shape, or form, as much of a notice, as much of a heads up as we can get, the better off we're going to be. Um, Now, for those that aren't prepared, don't care what, que sera, sera. Um, those 15 minutes will be, the 15 minutes of um, all decisions will have to be made in that 15 minutes because they haven't done any preparation, even mentally, about what would I do if this were to happen? What are my options, even? So, yeah, in my opinion, emergency alerts are a positive. My TV's unplugged just because I'm lazy, but I get over 100 channels with plain old rabbit ears. I've never paid a dime for TV. Yeah, I spent a whole bunch of money on TV. Phew, geez, I had to have the. Well, this was back when we were making money. Anyway, never mind. Not important at the moment. Hello to LaPrue. Just got the alert. Good. All right. All right. Sounds like Now let me see if I got it on the phone I had off. Um, no. Apologize there. Shoe Carnival's having a buy one get one free on boots. Um, USPS packages arrived at the warehouse and cannot be delivered. I don't know what the heck that is. Okay. Somebody wishing me a happy birthday, saying I love you, and it's not my birthday, and I don't know that phone number. All right, so I didn't get an alert on the phone that I had off, at least not yet. Um, Hold on just a second, Cunning. Let me check. Um, I got all the tabs up. Doesn't appear to be any zombie outbreaks on YouTube. Let's go to Twitter or X. Sorry, Elon, if you happen to be listening. You're the only one that cares. Um, there's some stuff on Twitter. Um, Somebody in DC says, "Holy shit! The female alert went off. My vaccine injection site sparked all the way down my arm, activating my George Soros deep state decoder ring trademark. My eyes have started to glow. I feel stronger, faster, unstoppable. I now control the Jewish space laser." That was not Marjorie Taylor Greene, by the way, but just some jocularity thus far. No major zombie outbreaks, but thank you, LePreau. Always appreciate that. I was in House Sparks channel along with 1.3. Hold on a second. I want to see what that said. I don't know how anyone can believe this stuff. It's amazing. The one lady we watched that was suggesting wrapping your TV and your phones in aluminum and then putting them in your car 200 meters away from your house, so when they did blow up, they blow up your car too. I didn't understand that part particularly, but anyway, she's in a bathroom right now, if her video is to be believed, with several layers of aluminum covering the entire thing, and she plans to stay in there for 72 hours. So, uh, okay, LePreau didn't know what was going on. All it said was it was a presidential alert. Then said it was a test. Yeah, when it's for real, that's what it's going to say. This is a message from the president of the United States. And I did um, one of the mock ones, a mock EMS drill or EAS drill, and again, some people didn't realize it was came in the middle of it and were like, "What the hell's going on?" So, um, if it were to ever happen, it doesn't happen. But if it were to ever happen, and we're probably as close as we've been ever, and if not, we're in probably the top two or three times that a potential outbreak of the war to end all wars um, happens. Now, to me, um, we ended World War II with nuclear weapons. Uh, World War III, the official beginning of it, will be remembered by a nuclear weapon. That's that's what I hope is not coming, but all indications are that's what we're heading for. So, um, there we go. I'll run through the chat one more time here. Watch your video later. Okay. Here's what I was looking for: butterflies. I was in House Sparks channel along with 1.3 other people. Not one zombie. Yeah, this is a lot like Y2K, um, for those that remember that, Prince sang "Gonna Party Like It's 1999" because when it hit 2000, everything was supposed to just poof. Um, I mean, not, blow up, but everything was going to break down and nothing was going to function and everybody was going to basically become flesh eating zombies. Um, it didn't happen then. It didn't happen today, thus far, anyway. So, um, I'm going to be on. I've got to go run an errand here coming up. I've got to help somebody out with something. And maybe they imploded, not exploded. Joan, I hadn't thought about that. Less messy. Yes. Yes, less messy. So I'll tell you what. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to be back on tonight at 9 o'clock. Normally I come on at 8:30 and talk until 9, and then Chris comes on at 9. I'm not going to do a pre-show tonight, coming because this has kind of been it. I'm coming on at 9. Chris will come on with me there shortly thereafter, and we're going to be doing what we do every week: the situation report, sit rep of what's going on around the world. And as you know, we'll be talking about this stuff because it's it's important and significant, and we appreciate it. And yeah, conspiracies, love conspiracies. Cunning, thank you for being here. Uh, Thank you. Always be kind. Nancy, watching people win or fail, butterflies. Um, Everybody in the chat, thank you so very much. Appreciate you being here. Namaste, shalom, shalom, assalamu alaikum. Blessings be upon each and every one of you. Pieces, much love, positive vibrations. Live long and prosper. And we'll see you tonight at 9 o'clock, I hope. Thanks for joining. Hang on. I missed a button. Here's the close. Thanks for joining.